This is the luxury world. Get inspired with us today and tomorrow. In today's video brought to you by the Luxury World, we will help you explore the world of watches in 2024, displaying classic favorites from Rolex along with exciting options from other luxury watch brands. Whether you are looking for a timeless dress watch or adorable dive companion, we will provide the insights to help you find the ideal timepiece to match your preferences and budget. If you have yet to subscribe to our channel, we encourage you to do so to stay updated on our future videos. Concentrating solely on one model or brand is not practical if you want to succeed in this business. Therefore, we strive to acquire knowledge across the entire watch market instead of specializing in a single niche. Although focusing on one niche can be profitable, we prefer a more comprehensive approach. This broader knowledge base helps me find and trade watches more effectively. However, there is a challenge. Handling these beautiful watches daily can make you fall in love with a particular niche or period. Today, we will discuss exactly which niche and period we tend to focus on. Neo-vintage watches, from the 70s to the early 2000s, are one of the best preferences. This era hits a sweet spot where you get the elegance of vintage design combined with mechanically advanced, robust, and timeless watches. These watches feature thin profile cases with the durability and appeal of modern watches, a combination that we find unmatched by today's models. For instance, looking at Rolex, once you move from the 5-digit reference numbers to the later models, you see a shift to maxi cases. The newer watches have thicker profiles and bulkier ceramic bezels, making them look more like toys rather than the original tool watches. These older models could seamlessly fit with any outfit, such as a diver's watch that fits nicely under a suit. In contrast, today's models sit higher, are bulkier, and have a rounder appearance, whereas the older models had sharper, thinner profiles that complemented any attire. These watches had sentimental value, and the purchase meant something special. Because of this, brands put a lot more effort into their designs, experimenting with adventurous colors and gems. They even paid attention to packaging. For example, Rolex used to include a beautiful scarf with a fancy lady's watch, and the boxes were intricately designed with places for jewelry. Each model had its unique style of packaging, from notepads and pens to leather and wooden boxes. Brands used to try much harder, and this effort is evident in the hand craftsmanship of older watches. Serial numbers were engraved by hand, and these slight imperfections were a testament to the skilled artisans who worked on them. Compared to today's mass-produced precision, these handmade elements reflect an important level of skill and care. These watches took longer to produce, and imagining the time and effort put into making them helps you appreciate them more. Let us start with the submariners. Here, you can see the difference between the older pre-ceramic models and the newer ones. For example, the 1680, which is quite old, and the 16610, which was made from the late 80s up until around 2010 before the maxi cases were introduced. This comparison is quite revealing. When you look at the 16610 next to the 16619, you can see how the shoulders of the newer models have become broader and more rounded, losing the sharpness of the older designs. It is fascinating to have these three models side by side. Ignore the color differences. Focus on the case shapes. The 1680 and the 16610 look quite similar visually, with thin shoulders and sharp, defined bezels that give a crisp, classic appeal. With the maxi cases, Rolex moved to bulkier designs, while the ceramic components offer mechanical and physical improvements. Now, let us expand the image and look at the side profiles. This particular watch is from a transitional period, which we find remarkably interesting. Transitional periods, like the late 80s and late 2000s, feature watches with old clasps and sharp chamfers that add to the visual appeal, even if the newer clasps are more mechanically advanced. Speaking of mechanics, Rolex continued using the 3135 movement for a long time, which is a tried and tested caliber. It was used across many models, including the Datejust and Submariners, as well as the Lady Datejust with the 2135 calibers. Now, moving on to another timeless model, the Day-Date. Without even clicking on each model, you can see the refined shoulders and sharpness of the vintage models. The newer ones have high-polished, rounded shoulders and less defined fluted bezels. The newer clasps are an improvement in terms of robustness, particularly for sporty models. Achieving the brushed shoulders with sharp chamfers on vintage models is more challenging than the all-high-polish finish on newer models. Next, let us look at a Lang & Son, a brand known for creating high-quality, extremely complicated watches that remain clean and visually appealing. They are masters of making complex designs easy to use and operate. One of our favorite examples is their perpetual calendar, which features a beautiful 38mm case. It is a prime example of their expertise in combining sophistication with simplicity, making it one of the most attractive and functional watches you can own. The layout of these watches is impeccable, with each complication having its hand and indicator, making the design highly functional. The large date window in the center is particularly striking. For instance, this perpetual calendar not only shows the day, date, year, leap year, day and night indicator, month, and moon phase, but it also includes a feature many perpetual calendars lack, including those from Rolex: a flyback second hand. Every time you pull out the crown to set the time, the second hand in the subdial at 6 o'clock flies back to 0. This ensures that when you push the crown back in, the watch is set exactly at the 0-second mark, a sophisticated touch on an already complex timepiece. This feature is particularly impressive because many high-complication watches do not even have a hacking second, let alone one that resets to 0. It is these intricate details that justify the inflated cost of such watches. They often produce overly complicated watches with an automatic micro-rotor, a departure from their usual manual wound pieces that feature a plate covering most of the movement. The micro-rotor, made of 21-karat gold with a platinum edge for added weight, is off-centered for efficiency. Another unique aspect of this brand is the use of German silver for the plate. Over time, this material darkens, allowing the watch to age beautifully with you. This brand, which only produces around 2,000 to 3,000 watches annually, has a strong future. Each watch is assembled twice, a testament to their commitment to quality and craftsmanship. They likely get it right the first time, but this extra step adds a touch of love and care, making each piece even more special. Let us move on to Patek Philippe. A prime example we often reference is the 3940. The ultra-thin perpetual calendar 3940 is a remarkable piece, measuring 36 mm and suitable for any attire. It features an exceptionally clean and well-organized dial. The movement, caliber 240, is one of Patek Philippe's finest. Even today, many ultra-thin, overly complicated watches are based on the caliber 240, such as the Nautilus 5712 with a moon phase. The caliber 240 is distinguished by its off-centered rotor, which is visually pleasing, especially when viewed through a glass back. The 22-karat rotor is designed to be heavy enough to build the necessary momentum despite its small, off-centered placement, facilitating efficient movement. If you are more into aesthetics, you can consider high jewelry designers like Piaget, a brand that until recently was not highly sought after. We have always believed in and stocked Piaget because of their mastery of jewelry watches. Their work with materials like opal, coral, lapis, and various golds is extraordinary. It is unfortunate that Piaget only gained significant attention after re-releasing the Polo at soaring prices. We have always invested heavily in Piaget because we believe in quality, regardless of popular opinion. If you see quality, invest in it, and eventually, others will follow. For example, look at how diamonds are set in Piaget watches, which are channeled all around the bracelet and bezel. Each stone is cut to measure, which involves significant wastage from larger stones, contributing to the watch's excessive cost. There are watches designed by top-tier jewelers, so the aesthetics are unmatched. This is why, if you are focused on aesthetics, you should explore brands like Piaget and Cartier. Cartier, for example, has seen a huge increase in value this year, largely because people follow celebrity trends and the herd mentality. However, we have always been enthusiastic about jewelry watches, whether it is Cartier, Piaget, or others, because they offer excellent value for money. For example, Cartier's movements might be simple, often using those in their older models, but as jewelry designers, they create timeless pieces. Even if you do not appreciate the complexity of the movements, you have to admire the design of their watches, bracelets, cases, bezels, and diamond settings. What are your impressions on the topic that we shared in this video? If you enjoyed the video, we would appreciate it if you let us know by leaving a comment and giving it a thumbs up. Do not forget to follow our channel for more content. Thank you for watching The Luxury World, and we look forward to having you join us in our upcoming videos.